Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Sharin no Kuni, Himawari no Shoujo. I came as fast as I can from work, and here I am. I've been really hyped up for this game. There's only like a few days where I actually missed playing this game, like in a single day. Really liking it so far. Really like it, make that. I just didn't expect this to be like to be that well. Like, I'm super surprised actually. It holds up really well, even to today's standards. So let's start up chapter 2. Oh no! There's probably gonna be something erotic again or some shit. But we'll see. At a time when I was still Higuchi-ken... Sorry, this is chapter 3, isn't it? Not chapter 2. At a time when I still lived together with my father and sister, sunflowers grew on both sides of the road. The sun beat down upon the landscape. I know I said this the last time in the last episode, but I feel like I really am just a narrator in this game compared to a lot of the blind playthroughs of visual novels that I played. Mostly because I want to say something, but I'm very careful about what I say because I don't want it to be too... I don't want to lead on people to to like make them know what the story is gonna be, you know. Like, I'm the type of person that always thinks like further ahead. I overthink stuff. When I say something, or when I hear people say something, I always think about it from their perspective and how they come to that conclusion, as I said before. That's why I don't really want people to do the same thing when I say something like, say, I like this person, I like that person. I feel like that's a really good... It's a good hint of why I'm gonna like that person. Or that person's gonna have a really good arc, right? I don't like that. Okay, enough about that. Sorry. Sunflowers grew on both sides of the road. The sun beat down upon the landscape. Her hair swayed in the cool mountain breeze. She raised her hand into the air and turned to me with a smile. It was a summer day like any other. It was a day that would become my last memory of Ririko One-chan. My sister and I were playing by the riverbed. I always used to peer into the water from the riverbank. I was fascinated by the strange insects that lived there. As I was engaging in this activity, my sister approached me. What is it, One-chan? Hey, One-chan. I pull on her arm as she turns to leave. What is this thing called? I see. How can I glide over the water like they can? Are they bugs? Which part is the face? Is this a male or female? Also... Sorry. Huh? What? Oh, that's right. Huh? Legs? So you can run underwater if you have a lot of legs? If I can't put my arms and legs, I only have 4. I wouldn't be able to do it, right? I see. One-chan is always frank with me. I want to grow a bunch of legs when I grow up. Alright, Ken. Really? I think it'd be way cooler. I see. That sucks. What? Don't you think that gliding around like that looks fun? And they're really fast at running away. Once they get far away, I can't play with them anymore. Since I can't swim.
ったらほら、泳げるようになれば、もっともっといっぱいアメンボさんと遊べるよ。
Yeah. But it's okay. I don't need to learn to swim.
なんで？
I don't need to learn to swim.
怖いの？水が？
I'm not scared. But like, when I get water in my face, my entire body starts shutting down. And it feels like my eyes are melting.
ものすごく怖がってるじゃない。
Ah! I had seen another bug in the river. It was a small black speck, struggling against the current. I pick up the ant. Mr. Ant was drowning.
助けてあげたの？
Yep. But what should I do now? Where do you think he came from? Up the river?
そうかもね。
I wonder if he got lost. Maybe I should take him home.
でもケン、お家って言ってもアリさんのお家なんていっぱいあるし、わからないでしょ？
But
ね？
and we can have him guide us there.
一体どうやって？
We'll just ask him.
ケンはアリさんと喋れるの？
No, I can't.
じゃあ、私が聞くの？
Yeah.
って無理よ。いいの？お姉ちゃんアリ語ベラベラでも、お姉ちゃんアリ語ペラペラだったら怖いでしょ？
That would be awesome.
いいんだ。あ、そうだ。アリさんのお家はね、実はみんな土の中でつながってるのよ。だから、この辺りに話してあげればきっと帰れるわよ。
Really? One-chan nods.
だから、ほら、アリさんにバイバイして。
Okay. Mr. Ant, make sure you don't drown again.
あ、ケン、アリさん、もしかしたら溺れてたんじゃなくって、水泳の練習してたんじゃない？
Learning how to swim? One-chan's eyes sparkled mischievously. She was always looking for opportunities to train me.
そう、水泳の練習。そうよ、きっとそう。ケンも今度、アリさんと水泳の練習しよっか。
Bye bye, Mr. Ant.
無視しないで。ちょっとケン、そんな水なんか怖くないでしょ？いつも飲んでるんだから。
Well, yeah, but...
もうケン、そんなこと怖がってたら女の子にモテないよ。
That's fine. I don't want to be popular.
もう、どうしてそうなのよ。もうお姉ちゃん怒った。ケンがちゃんとできるように特訓してあげる。
What? No way, I don't wanna.
ダメ。
Why? Not being able to swim doesn't bother me.
あなたスイスイ滑っていけたら楽しそうとか言ってたわよね。
But it's scary. One-chan looks down at me and sighs.
いい？ケン聞いて。ライオンさんは知ってる？
Yeah.
ライオンのお父さんはね、かわいい我が子を谷底に突き落とすのよ。
What? Why? Those poor things.
それはね、かわいい我が子でも甘やかしてばかりじゃダメだから試練を与えるのよ。ちゃんとした大人になるためにね。
Is that actually true? I actually don't know. The greatest hate proceeds from the greatest love. Ken, how old are you? How do you know that?
全然違う。っていうかそんな言葉どこで覚えたの？
The old lady in our neighborhood taught it to me.
そうなんだ。
Hey, One-chan, do only lions do that?
どうかな？ライオンさんだけなのかな？
Do cats do it too?
猫さんはしないと思うわよ。
Okay, then I'll be a cat. Yeah, being a cat sounds good. Lions are way too scary. One-chan suddenly shoves me backwards. Whoa! I tumble into the water. Ah! One-chan, help me!
ケン、こんなの怖がってどうするの？
Man, what the hell, Ririko? I'm not voicing that.
アメンボさんになりたいんでしょ？それでもいいか。
Huh?
まだ猫でもいいか。
Yeah.
ゆっくりね。ゆっくり強くなっていこうね。
She smiles sweetly at me. It makes me smile too.
帰ろう。
Normally, you wouldn't smile after that, Ken. Yeah. When One-chan smiles, it makes me happy too. One-chan's training isn't over yet. We're on a mountain trail near our home. I'm pouting about something or other. One-chan crouches down in front of me, trying to calm me down. One-chan,
何
why?
何が
Why do I have to climb this tree?
どうしてだと思う
Huh? Why do I have to? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
いいケン。お姉ちゃんも別に好きでケンに木登りをしてって言ってるわけじゃないのよ。
Huh? What do you mean?
いい漢字で男ってどういう風に書くか知ってる わかる
I think you used the radicals for Sanzu and Kusa, so it's... No, I don't think that's the right, I don't think that's the right kanji.
違うでしょ確かにそれも男って読む場合もあるけど、普通そっちで言わないでしょ
Actually, I don't know. What is this? What is that kanji? Huh? That's wrong?
いや、違わなくはないけど、どこで覚えたのその言葉。
The old lady in our neighborhood taught me.
また近所のおばあさんもう、いい男っていう字は、田んぼの田に力こぶの力っていう字で形成してるのね。
Okay.
要するに、男は力。一人前の男は強くないとダメなの。
That's sexist, Ririko. Yeah.
だから、お姉ちゃんはケンに強い男になってもらいたいの。
So that's why you want me to climb the tree.
そうよ。わかった
One-chan looks scarier than usual. Look how tall I've gotten, One-chan. See? Last year's marking was down there. I'm catching up to you.
ケンごまかさないで。それにここで竹比べなんてしてないでしょ。
Yeah, but...
どうして木に登るだけなのよ。
I don't wanna.
どうして
Because you go really high when you climb a tree. And that's really dangerous. And it's scary.
そうね。でもケンは登ったことないから危ないとか怖いとかわからないでしょ
Yeah, but...
ケン、お姉ちゃんもね、昔高いところが苦手だったの。でもね、遊んでる時に風に飛ばされて、お父さんからもらった大事な帽子が木に引っかかっちゃって。
Man, this BGM is pretty creepy. Okay.
それでね、お姉ちゃん怖かったんだけど、勇気を振り絞って木に登ったの。すごく大変で、手も真っ赤になって、下を見ると怖いから、ずっと帽子の方を見つめながら、無我夢中で登ったの。やっとの思いで帽子のところにたどり着いた時に、ふっと周りを見たら、枝の隙間から街全体が見渡せて、それにずっと遠くの海まで見えて、すごい綺麗でね。そしたら、急に高いところなんて全然怖くなくなっちゃった。
Yeah, no thanks, Ririko.
だから、ケン。
Yeah.
ね。
But it's too bad that it's too foggy today. You can't see very far.
そういうことが言いたいんじゃないよ。
But...
もう、長い話して損した。いいから早く登りなさい。じゃない、早く。
But I don't wanna. I don't need to be strong.
ダメ。
Besides, I understood your explanation about the strength part of man, but I don't get the field part.
つべこべ言わない。ぐちぐちぐちぐち。もう知らない。
One-chan steps away from me, clearly displeased. One-chan, where are you going?
帰るの。
Then I'm coming too.
ダメ。登るまで帰ってきちゃダメよ。
Why?
どうしても。
Wow, this is not a very good sibling relationship.
じゃない。何回も言ったでしょ。
I'm not voicing that.
わかった。
One-chan is already leaving. I'm not voicing you, Ken. No matter how much I cry, One-chan doesn't turn back.
ケン、どこ？ケン、どうしよう、いない。まさか、野犬とかに襲われたのかしら。
I hear One-chan's voice. She finds me after looking around for a little while.
大丈夫？
One-chan?
よかった。
One-chan, I'm sorry. I was going to buckle down and try to climb a tree, so I decided to climb the tallest one. but I got scared after all and... I'm sorry. One-chan looks sad, but smiles anyway.
お姉ちゃんこそ無理言ってごめんね、ケン。
And she left him here for like, I don't know how many hours that was. Anyway, One-chan continued to train me. I'd always stuck by One-chan's side, but I didn't know how to feel about what she was doing right now. I had 3 reasons. The first one was that, even though she used to always tell me not to go outside when it was dark, she waited until it was dark out to invite me to go outside with her. The second one was that she had a flashlight, bug spray, and strangely enough, some konjac jelly with her. The third one was that I had good instincts. I just thought that something was off.
ケン、どうしたの？さっきからずっと黙って。何もないの？もう。何？
Why are we going to the school this late at night?
どうしてって、ほら、あれよ、なんていうか、忘れ物したのよ、お姉ちゃん。
You forgot something?
そう、音楽室にね、忘れ物したの。
What did you forget?
え？
What did you forget at the school?
なんだっけな。
What? You forgot what you forgot? Huh? What are you looking for?
あ、思い出した。書道の道具忘れたの。
Why did you leave calligraphy tools in the music room? You do calligraphy in music class?
あるのよ。
No way. I think that's really weird. Are your calligraphy tools that easy to overlook?
見つけにくいし、気づかなかったのよ、お姉ちゃん。
Ririko is not really all that smart, is she? Really? Are you sure that they're not in the house?
家になかったのよ。ちゃんと探したもの。カバンの中も机の中も探したけれど見つからないのよ。
And then?
それでって、だから多分音楽室に忘れたのよ。何？お姉ちゃんの言うこと信じられないの？
Huh? Not really, but...
けど何？
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
でしょ？
One-chan sometimes gets this really queer look in her eyes. Yeah, it's kind of scary though.
大丈夫。お姉ちゃんもいるんだし。ね？
Okay.
怖くないよ。
She's gonna leave us, isn't she? Yeah, it's not scary.
よし、じゃあ行こっか。
Yeah.
ちなみに音楽室は正面の入り口を入ってまず右に曲がってまっすぐ行くと階段があるからその階段を登ってそしたら正面に大きな風景画があるからそこを左に折れて2つ目の
Wait, One-chan.
何？
Why are you giving me so many details?
なんで？
We're going together, aren't we?
行くよ。
Really?
ほんとよ。
Really?
ほんとにほんとよ。
Alright.
じゃあ行こう。
Okay. One-chan, I'm scared after all. I can't believe the lights are still on.
見慣れてるはずなのにどうして夜ってだけでこんなに不気味になるのかしら。不思議。
We should head back.
ダメ。まだ書道の道具持ってきてないじゃない。
But...
ケン、よく見て。ほら、不気味は不気味だけど、ちゃんと見れば普通の学園なのよ。
Yeah, but...
ケン、男なんだからこんなことでビクビクしてちゃダメでしょ？
Okay, I understand. I won't be scared anymore.
そう、ケン偉い。そうよ、その息。なんか今日のケンはすごく頼もしく見えるわ、お姉ちゃん。
You think so?
心なしか大きく見えるわ。2メートルくらいに見えるわ。
I don't think I can somehow look 2 meters tall.
でもお姉ちゃん嬉しい。ケンがちょっと男らしくなったんじゃないかなって。
Whatever.
そうよ。
One-chan stumbles and falls for some reason. One-chan!
足が。
Foot. What about your foot? Did you grow 2 of them?
元から2本じゃない。そうじゃなくて、足くじいちゃった。
Are you okay?
いたたたたたたたたた。
And she's really bad at this. One-chan!
いたた。ケン、お姉ちゃん、足くじいちゃったから。
You twisted your ankle, so...
だから、
One-chan, it'll be alright. Don't worry about a thing.
ケン、じゃあ。
It'll be okay. I'll stay with you until your foot feels better.
そうじゃないでしょ。
Eh?
お姉ちゃんさっきからずっと言ってるでしょ、書道の道具取りに来たって。
But if your foot hurts...
ケンがそばにいてくれるのもすっごく嬉しいけど、そうじゃなくて音楽室に書道の道具取りに行ってきてほしいの。
Huh? Alone?
そう、ケン、お願い。
What? But I'll be scary by myself.
怖くない。さっきケン怖くないって言ってたじゃない。
But...
ケン、お願い、行ってきて。
Alright, One-chan.
ケン、お願い。場所はね。
My bad feeling has come true. Rather than training, I think this is just bullying, to be honest. One-chan told me the location of the music room, so now I'm heading through the pitch-black school with a flashlight in hand. I guess it's supposed to be dark, but... you know... they didn't redrew the colors in this, scene. God damn it, I blame the budget. My footsteps echo through the corridors. I think it kinda sounds like someone shouting. This is way too scary. Alright, Ken. Alright, calm down, Ken. Take the stairs. Where did I go after the stairs? Oh, I remember. The classroom next to the big landscape painting. Excuse me, is anyone here? Let's see. Calligraphy tools. They're not here! Where are they? Huh? What's that? It looks like a person is standing in the room. Huh? I get closer to it and see that it's a model or something. Okay, I'm not voicing this. I know. I'll go back and ask One-chan again. Maybe her foot's gotten better. I rushed back down the stairs, twice as fast as earlier, and soon arrived at where One-chan had been. Man, this is just bullying, dude. My shrill voice carries through the corridors. While I'm crying, I see a white object appear from the shadows. The white object is carrying a fishing pole. And there's cognac? I think it's cognac, right? Attached to the hook. Huh? One-chan!
Ken.
It's not what you think. I didn't come back just because I was scared. I really did try to find your tools. There was this, like, human thing standing there with a half a body.
Ken.
One-chan?
ケン、ごめん。お姉ちゃん書道の道具、やっぱ家に忘れてたみたい。だから帰ろう。
I even asked you if you had checked at home.
ケン、ごめんね。
No, it's okay.
ごめん。
Ah, your foot's all better. Thank goodness.
ああ、うん。心配してくれてたの？
Yeah, but I'm glad you're okay. One-chan mutters something under her breath.
優しいわね。
One-chan, what's wrong?
なんでもない。
Okay.
ごめんね。
Rather than being kind, I think it's more that he's being dumb. Just my opinion. No, it's fine. By the way, why are you dressed like that?
と。
Ah, she probably is dressed to be like a ghost or something. Right? But, see, the sprite didn't change. Damn you, budget. Why?
なんでだろう。よくわかんないや。
Huh? You're pretty weird, One-chan. These two are weird siblings, dude. Honestly, I just couldn't understand why One-chan kept making these unreasonable demands. I just didn't get it at all. But well, I was going to find out pretty soon. It was an unusually humid day in January. We're on our way back from home. We're on our way back home from shopping. Both of us are exhausted, so we decide to take a break.
ケン、そろそろ行こうか。
Can't we rest just a little longer?
でももうちょっとしたら日が暮れてきちゃうから。
Well, yeah, but my feet hurt. I can't walk anymore right now.
いっぱい歩いたから痛いのはわかるのよ。 でも、明日だったらお姉ちゃんも痛いわ。
Then we should rest longer.
でももうかれこれ1時間くらい休憩してるわ。そろそろ良くない？
But my feet.
だから、それはお姉ちゃんも痛いって言ったでしょ？
But my feet are like incredibly painful. I think I might die.
そんな大げさに言わないで。
Yeah, there's no way you can die just from your feet hurting. I'm not exaggerating. My stick is like a foot. My stick is like a foot? What? I hit a dog when I was walking with it earlier, and then I found some underbrush, but it was actually a bunch of snakes. Yeah, you're lying, Ken.
何それ？混ざってない？なんか怖いし。とにかくもう行くよ。
I can't. Let's rest a bit more.
ケン、いい加減にして。
But...
ケン、お姉ちゃん先行っちゃうぞ。ケン、聞いてる？
That's fine.
いいの？
I'm okay.
ケン、あなたどうせまたすぐお姉ちゃんが迎えに戻ってきてくれると思ってるでしょ。そうでしょう。
I'm not.
じゃあいいのね。
Yup.
お姉ちゃんいなくなっちゃうよ。ケン。
What?
お姉ちゃん、本当にいなくなっちゃうのよ。
I told you I'm fine.
そうじゃないの。
Huh? What do you mean then? One-chan notices my confusion and starts explaining herself.
お姉ちゃんね、中央の大学に行くの。
Huh? Why?
先月、お姉ちゃん2日間くらい出かけてたでしょ。あの時ね、お姉ちゃんは大学の試験を受けに行ってたの。
Huh? What?
それで、
No, don't go.
ケン、ちゃんと聞いて。合格通知が今朝届いたの。
Man, I really can't voice like, these like children characters. I really can't.
そういう問題じゃないでしょ。ケン。あ、ケン、私の足元に大きな蛇が。
I leap in surprise. I had grabbed onto One-chan's arm without realizing it. I was pulling her toward me like I wanted to protect her.
ケン、お姉ちゃんの話、ちゃんと聞いてほしいの。
One-chan gently pats my head.
あのね、お姉ちゃんずっと思ってたの。ケンはやればできる子だって。弱虫でも泣き虫でも何でもないって。むしろ運動神経なんかいい方なんじゃないかなって思うの。それにケンはとっても優しくてお利口さんなんだから。お願い、お姉ちゃんが心置きなく大学に行けるようにまともな男になってほしいの。ケン、いつまでもメソメソしないの。ケン。
One-chan didn't say anything else. She just kept calling my name over and over while she held me. My beloved sister was going to leave, but she would be with me until that day came. I stick even more closely to One-chan after hearing that she's going to university. I feel like if I leave her alone for even a minute, she's going to disappear.
ちょっとケン、そんなにくっついたらお姉ちゃん歩きづらいでしょ。でも何？けど？ケン、怒ってる？そう。じゃあ、その木に登ってみて。やっぱり怒ってる。けど？騙してって、そんな人聞きの悪い。違うの。あれはお姉ちゃんの勘違いで。ケンが木に登ったらね。なんで？ケン、お姉ちゃん言ったでしょ？お姉ちゃんもう少しでこの町を出るのよ。お姉ちゃんケンが今のままじゃ心配で大学に行けないの。ケン。じゃあ、今日はお姉ちゃんが登り方ちゃんと教えてあげるから。
Man, I feel bad for Ken.
よくない。登れるようになるの。いい？ケン、頑張ろう。まず手が滑らないように唾をつけて。汚くない！お姉ちゃんの唾は汚くない！
Okay.
それで、こういう木の節に足をかけて登るの。簡単でしょ？
Onechan scrambles up the tree. She gets about halfway up, then shouts back down to me.
ほら、このくらいまでならすぐだよ、ケン。じゃあやってみて。簡単でしょ？何？もう、そんなのやってみなくちゃわからないでしょ。ちょっとケン、聞いてるの？
Onechan starts climbing off the tree. But part of its bark peels off, taking her with it.
足、お姉ちゃん足くじいちゃったみたい。
This one's probably real, Ken.
え？
Ah, dear lord. This is what happens when you try to trick him. God damn it, Uriko. I'm not falling for that again. Onechan, the last time you told me you sprained your foot, you really didn't. You're trying to trick me again, aren't you?
違うわよ。
It is.
違うってば。
See? You're lying again.
ケン。お姉ちゃん、狼少年だね。
Huh? You're a boy?
違う、そういう意味じゃない。ちなみに狼でもないからね。
And what do you mean?
ある SF 小説の童話でね、いたずら好きの少年が村の人を驚かせるために何回も狼が来たって嘘言って驚かせてたのね。そしたら村の人も最初はみんなびっくりして逃げ出したりしてたんだけど、そのうち嘘だって気づき出して、だんだん誰もその少年の言うことを信じなくなってしまったの。そして村の人が誰も少年の言うことを信じなくなった時、本当に狼が村に現れて、少年は必死に村人に助けを求めた。
I mean, you reap what you sow, right?
みんなまた嘘だろうと信用しないで、とうとうその少年は狼に食べられてしまったってお話。
Ah, I think I've heard that story before.
知ってた？
Yeah, it ends with the wolf jumping out of the bed and saying, "All the better to eat you with, my dear." What the hell?
違う。しかもさっきのお姉ちゃんの話でおしまいだから、続きないから。
Oh, I see. It's the story that ends with the man saying, "So, just who is that lady most fair your kind personage has been carrying until now?" What are you talking about, Ken? What are these references that I don't know?
誰？お前さんとか言ったやつ誰？っていうか、お姉ちゃんのお話でおしまいなんだってば。
I see. I feel sorry for him. Getting eaten by a wolf like that. Huh? Does that mean your foot really is sprained?
よかった、気づいてくれて。お姉ちゃんケンが、じゃあお姉ちゃん狼に食べられちゃうって言ったらどうしようかと思ったわ。
I wouldn't do that. It's okay.
大丈夫。
Onechan, you shouldn't strain yourself like that.
大丈夫。きっと最近お姉ちゃんケンのこといじめてたから罰が当たったんだね。
That's not true.
ごめんね、ケン。どうしよう。お姉ちゃん歩けないや。
I turn my back toward her and squat down. Get on.
おぶってくれるの？
And I'm really not good at voicing these dialogues that make you sound so weak. Yeah, but I'm not very strong and I get lost easily. I might not be able to make it back home safely.
ケン。
But I'll try, so get on.
ありがとう、ケン。
Onechan is surprisingly light. I managed to carry her back home safely. Onechan looked at me a little differently after that. She had always been strict with me, but she started to take it even further. The wax candle slowly burns with a soft whine. What the hell? Oh, no.
これくらい我慢しなさい。
Are you trying to make him into a masochist? Jesus.
さあ、問題を出すわよ。
The candle moves back and forth in front of me. Wait, why are you making me study like this? One-chan responds cheerfully without letting go of the candle.
ケンは賢いと思うのよ。
Smart.
勉強はできると思うの。すごくね。
That's not true. I can't get my mind off the candle.
でもね、今の世の中、どれだけ知識があってもダメなの。知識を知恵に変えて、行動に移せる能力こそが問われる社会なのよ。
I think it's always like that, but true enough.
あなたがどれだけ知識を持っていても、いざっていう時にそれを発揮できなかったらダメでしょ？
True.
要するに胆力よ。どんな人の前でもどんな状況でも自分の意思を伝えることができる強さを持ちなさい。
True. That's also something that I kind of lack. Can I go to the bathroom first?
ダメ。
Wow. Right. This might be someone's kink, but definitely not mine. Thank God I didn't get this kink when I was younger. One-chan twists her face into a suspicious grin.
なんかお姉ちゃんドキドキしてきちゃった。これ危ないよ。私何かに目覚めちゃったよ。
Huh?
じゃあ、はじめは数学の問題からね。
Okay.
カッコ A サイン、カッココサイン事乗マイナス2引く。
Wait a minute. I can't follow it like that. Write it down at least.
はい、不正解。だらしないわね。
One-chan, you're mean. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? I'm about to cry, but One-chan doesn't seem worried about me like she usually is. Instead, she's starting to breathe funny.
じゃあ次ね、歴史の問題。世界の三大美少女といえば？
Huh? Beautiful young girls? I don't know that.
一人もわからないの？
One-chan.
やだ、何言ってるのよ。
Ah,
まったく、いじめてほしいとしか思えないわね。
there's something wrong with you. What's the correct answer then?
ね、言ってもいいんだけど、人名とか商標とかキャラ名っていろいろとピーピーうるさいからやめておくね。
I actually don't know who the most beautiful women are. What the hell? What are you talking about? Don't ask me questions that don't have answers.
じゃあ次の問題ね。これはラッキー問題よ。ケンの好きな SF 小説のお話ね。ローマのカエサルが暗殺された時の名言は？
What were they? I should be able to remember this, but the candle is messing with my head. Et tu, brute? What?
違うでしょ。ブルータスまでは合ってるけど。
Sorry, what was it?
超気持ちいいでしょ？
I don't think so. Only Olympic swimmers say that. If you said that after getting stabbed, you would sound stupid.
こんにちはんツーだったかしら。
Enough already. You just want to bully me, don't you?
じゃあこれが最後の問題よ。
One-chan opens to a page in the textbooks on the textbook on the desk.
これは何の義務を表しているでしょう？
This is... I've never actually seen it before, but it's extremely well known. It's the maximum penalty, right? Ow! It burns! Ow!
あ、ケンの大事なとこに。
Why? I was right, wasn't I?
やっちゃったな。今までの流れから言って間違えるんじゃないかって。
Oh, no. Oh, you have a bad personality, Ririko. This isn't a joke.
どんまい私。
One-chan is way too mean. One-chan, this isn't training. It's domestic violence.
痛いの？大丈夫よ。私がちゃんと癒してあげるから。
She looks down at my waist and sticks her... Ah! God damn it.
ケンは私のもの。ずっと一緒だからね。たとえ私が極刑を負ったとしても、ずっとそばにいるからね。あ、それは、どんまい私。
No sexual things? Okay. Whew. Thank God. Things got a bit traumatic for me after that. I said before that my lack of confidence in sexual situations was almost entirely my sister's fault. However, I don't think that she abused me just because she found it fun. Because she said to me that I should only do that sort of stuff with someone I loved. She told me that on the day before she left. I'm on the floor of the room, trying to control my breathing.
気持ちよかった？
What the hell?
そう。もう一回してあげようか。
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to edit this out. No? We're good? One-chan gives me a satisfied smile, then starts caressing my face. I shiver a little as her delicate fingers crawl over my cheek and lips. I'm feeling very insecure right now. Yeah, why do you?
あなたが辛そうだったからよ。
Suffering?
夜怖くて眠れないってよく言ってたでしょ。
But I still don't understand. Why would she do this sort of thing to me just because I'm scared?
人間の感情ってね、体に支配されているのよ。
Ruled. She pinches my cheek. Ow.
痛いでしょう。そういうことよ。
Then she moves her arm from my face to my No!
今度は気持ちいい？頬の痛みが残ってて、あんまりエッチな気分になれないでしょ？感情の移行には時間がかかるの。過去、現在、未来っていう時間軸の中で、私たちはゆっくりと感情を変化させていくけれど、体という大きな枠が必ず阻んでくるわ。社会にはいろんな枠があるけれど、一番大きな枠は自分の体でしょうね。
What do you mean?
ごめんね。私はそういうことを勉強しに行くのよ。
As soon as I am reminded that she's going away, both my pain and my pleasure vanish, leaving me with only sadness. Sadness and sorrow. The fact that every facet of One-chan is about to leave me is just too much to bear. I tell her honestly what I'm feeling. She sighs and tells me that she's sad too, but then says,
だから人は愛っていう強い感情を表現するために体を使うのよ。相手を全身で感じるために。たとえその人がいなくなっても体が覚えているように。
Nah. I call this bullshit. I call this the eroge logic. Because I definitely don't think that at all. Some people might think so, but I for one don't. If you believe what Ruriko is saying, by all means believe her. I personally won't. Won't ever and will never. Well, will never is probably the same, right? Okay, won't ever, there you go. One-chan, I'm already about to cry.
なんてね。
She suddenly laughs nonchalantly.
嘘嘘。そんな難しい話じゃないよ。ただ私がね、ケンのことが大好きだって話ね。だからエッチなことするのよ。
And also because you probably like it too.
そういう好きとは違うのよ。
No, that's what I mean. One-chan puts her hand on my head. She looks at me condescendingly.
手でしただけでしょ？
No! Huh?
続き、たくさんあるんだよ。
God damn you, why are you an eroge, damn it? She looks naughtier than I ever dreamed she could be. One-chan pats me firmly on the head.
あなたが本当に好きな人にしてあげなさい。なんかたまんないかも。ケンが他の女とそういうことしたとしても、一番最初に手をつけたのは私？この私？うわはは、これ危ないよ。私ゾクゾクするよ。
Something weird happens to One-chan and she starts wiggling around. She manages to recover though.
ケン、
She has a serious look in her eyes.
私はあなたを強くしようと躍起になっていたけど、あなたは多分とんでもなく強いわ。ただまだそのスイッチが入っていないだけ。頑張ってね。 私はいつでもそばにいるから。
Even though you're leaving? I'm sure she's just joking with me again.
それでもそばにいるから。
She turns away from me after she says this. I start crying without meaning to. I call out to her with a sob. She's already left the room without even looking back at me. It's early the next morning. I'm at the sunflower field with One-chan. I've come to send her off. To send her off with a smile.
俺絶対泣いちゃう。涙で泉ができちゃうから見送りには行かない。だってね。
Fucking dad. Who cares about him anyway?
こらこら、お父さんのこと悪く言わないの。お父さんもいろいろあるんだから。
A lot of things. I thought he just lays around the house all day.
そのうちわかるわ。
Huh?
さてと。
The sky above us is perfectly clear.
バイバイ、ケン。
One-chan will be leaving soon.
頑張るのよ。お姉ちゃんいつかケンに守ってもらうんだからね。
Yeah, I'll work hard. I don't want to cry. I can't cry after she went to all the trouble of training me every single day.
いつかあんたが私の前に立つのよ。私はケンの背中をずっと見ている。そんな毎日がいいな。
Yeah, I promise.
約束なんて関係ないわ。きっとそうなるの。
Yeah, promises don't have anything to do with it.
頑張れって。
You know, this would be a lot better if your training actually made me do something, Ruriko. Your training was mostly you having fun, wasn't it? I'm not going to. The wind makes the sunflowers around us all wave in unison with her laugh.
当然。
And I'll wait for you.
待ってるんじゃなくて追ってくるぐらいの気持ちで。
And I'll come after you. I'll get much stronger and then I'll help you out. One-chan suddenly
聞
halts.
いたわよ。ケン、私を助けてくれるって。
Yeah, definitely.
その言葉忘れないわ。
One-chan gives me one of her usual cool smiles and starts advancing back down the road.
行ってきます。
Thought you weren't gonna cry, Ken. One-chan walked straight down the road. I failed. I couldn't stop my tears. Her tiny figure was just too stunning. I returned home with swollen eyes. Father was there, and he played with me for the first time in what seemed like ages. He rubbed my head and told me just how great of a person One-chan was. Just how strong of a person One-chan was. However, my father would also end up parting ways with me. The man who had always preached the virtues of a non-violent philosophy ended up deciding to rebel against the nation. That would happen after I met Natsumi, Isono, and Sachi. I failed. My friendship with Natsumi and the others, and the love I had received from One-chan, they would both prove to be for naught. I would be exposed as the disgraceful fool that I was. But right now, I was about to begin supervising a girl who knew nothing of my past, or how I had abandoned my friends. One Toka. Honestly, I felt more at ease about the prospect than I had been about Sachi's supervision. Even so, I couldn't afford to let my guard down. And thus, I, Morita Kenichi, shall henceforth be imposing upon your most gracious hospitality.
はあ。
That is, I will be in charge of One Toka's supervision from today onward.
あ、そうなんだ。私たちの家に住むの？
Well, of course. Being close to my subject will allow for optimal supervision. I stepped into the house.
ちょっと
I'd greatly appreciate it if you could prepare 2 futons for me. My sleeping posture is absolutely monstrous, you see. A towel and a toothbrush would also be ideal. Oh, but don't worry about cooking a regal, welcoming dinner or anything.
なんて
Oh,
お
sorry.
母さん私森田圭一と一緒に住むだなんて嫌だからねなんて厚かましいそうね家は狭いし
Unfortunately, I have nowhere else to go. Surely you don't wish to make me sleep outdoors in this heat. The temperature in the town had spiked rather severely as soon as I had finished with Sachi's supervision. I felt like my head was gonna melt off just standing outside in the sun. Anyway, it's rather tiresome to stand around talking, don't you think? Let's continue this inside. I forced my way through the door.
あこら
So this is the One family living room.
森田くん家主より先に家に上がったらダメだと思うお母さん追い出して
Get back in the kitchen, woman. I swear, she has no regard for the people around her.
ぶっ殺すぞ
She stepped toward me, ready to strike. Come on, you should know this by now. Your little love taps won't work on me.
のろけじゃなくて本気で怒ってるの
She puffed out her cheeks. Oh, mother dearest, why must your child be such a terror? She sighed in resignation.
どうかお茶を汲んできなさいやだよ命令よ
What's your problem? Don't look at me. I'm not the one who ordered you to do it.
ぎゃ
One stormed off into the kitchen. Seriously? Ryo?
ではじっくりお話を伺いましょう
Certainly. I cleared my throat and assumed a haughty manner. I've taken a look at the records.
どうかの
I nod. If we overlook her... Propensity for anger. Propensity? What the hell? Guess it's like, Okay, yeah, natural tendency. Your daughter is essentially a typical teenage girl.
そうかしら子供っぽいと思うわ
In what way?
甘いものや可愛らしいぬいぐるみが大好きなところ
Well, you see, the creature known as woman will always possess a penchant for such childish pursuits, no matter how old they get.
森田くん今さらっと女性を語ったけどあなたそんなに経験豊富なわけじゃないでしょ
How dare you insinuate such a thing? I'll have you know that someone as handsome as I am knows women like the back of his hand. You pick up a lot of things reading the diaries at love hotels, you know?
童貞丸出しの発言じゃないの
Ah, shit. She was on to me. Anyway, the issue here is that I'm not sure why a normal girl like Toka has been burdened with mandate of parental servitude. The report didn't go into detail about why she acquired her obligation. In order for this particular obligation to be assigned, the parents must file a report accusing their child of crime. Its nickname, Prohibition of Becoming an Adult, arose because it is essentially a means through which a parental authority, in this case you, Kyoko-san, can restrict the independence of their child, in this case Toka, due to some crime that the child has committed. It is a very complicated obligation indeed.
あなたの言い回しが複雑なだけだと思うのだけれど
Yeah, sorry about that. I slipped into detective mode. I puffed on my invisible cigar. Which means, Kyoko-san, I slammed my hands onto an invisible desk. What reason do you have to turn your own daughter into a criminal?
警部興奮しすぎですよ
An invisible assistant calmed me down. My theory is that you went to this country, complaining that raising your daughter was too hard. You probably threw something in about family circumstances. 2. And then boom, Toka had her freedom revoked. You've never been required to take the dreaded PAQT, have you?
そうね
So, you admit it. You just wanted to control Toka completely.
森田くん
She snapped at me. Yes?
私はあなたの監督を受ける非公正人じゃないでしょ
So you're telling me that you're not obliged to answer my questions?
察しが良くて助かるわ。
Damn it. Kyoko-san wasn't the type to spill her guts so easily, it would appear. Anyway, prohibition of becoming an adult requires cooperation from both the parent and child in order to be cancelled, so... One suddenly reappeared, interrupting my statement. She walked quite unsteadily. The tea on the tray threatened to spill all over the floor at any time. Don't spill it now.
わかってるって。
The tea managed to make an emergency landing on the table. Hey, you dumbass! Steam was rising steadily from the cups.
何よ。
Who the hell would want to drink hot tea on a scorcher like this?
それもそっか。
I'd figured she would get pissed off at me as usual, but she was just looking sorry for herself instead. Oh well, I suppose I'll simply have to drink your lava.
聞かなくてごめん。
She was a weird kid.
どうかはね。お客様へのおもてなしには結構気を使うのよ。
Then I'll be looking forward to tonight's dinner.
いや。
What's wrong? Not confident enough to cook for little old me? I was just joking around, but...
この家では外食かお弁当よ。10日は料理なんて覚えなくていいの。
Kyoko-san stared straight through me, almost casually.
ね、10日。
Well, we already know that she burned herself, right? I don't think this is something we need to, like, hide or anything. I think Kenichi forgot, though. But we know that she burned herself when she was younger, and that was the reason why Kyoko is really overprotective to Toka. Kyoko-san nodded in approval.
あなたは立派な特別高等人になるんだから。
Was that a joke? What? She wants Toka to be a special high-class individual? It had been several days since Sachi and Mana had parted. I asked Pops about Mana's whereabouts. However, all that he gave me was a new set of instructions. One Toka. I would have probably classified her as a normal person, unlike Sachi. She was slightly emotionally unstable, however. Though she appeared to be a bit selfish, her apprehension toward making her own decisions shone through every now and then. This was probably related to the fact that she had to keep her mother's guidelines in mind 24/7. If she were to disobey Kyoko-san, she would be sent to a concentration camp. Mom, can I watch TV? Mom, do I have to sleep now? Mom, can I eat some candy? She rarely had the opportunity to be responsible for herself. A child bearing the prohibition of becoming an adult obligation would find independence very difficult to obtain indeed. Furthermore, said obligation was prescribed by the country based on a recommendation by the parents of the child in question. There were many cases where the fault lay with the parents as well. Of course, parents in this situation underwent training provided by the nation, since they were the ones responsible for their child's obligation. Or rather, that was how it was supposed to go. They rarely actually went through with the training program. I believe they only held the conference for it twice last year. See, people weren't too happy about the fact that the government had the power to personally involve itself with the upbringing of one's children. Most parents would never dream of making their own child into a criminal. From what I know, most of the parents who requested this obligation were government officials, big business types, or radical nationalists. Damn. This is gonna be a major pain in the ass. I can't just focus on Toka. I'm gonna have to do something about Kyoko-san as well. Mother and daughter, eh? I never knew my mother, but I never thought of that as something to be unhappy about. Yeah. I just lived together with my father and sister. Our home was nice and peaceful. I took another look at One's records. This should be informative. My imposition continued into the afternoon. Mom, I'm hungry.
カップラーメンがあるわよ。
Such unhealthy food cannot be allowed to pass through my most blessed lips.
わがままね。
Why don't I fix something?
できるの？
Well, nothing too complicated, but yeah.
特別高等人の試験の一環で習ったの？
Nah, they don't teach you formal cooking skills. They just teach you survival stuff. Like how to cook a rat, or how to make poisonous plants safe to eat.
そうよね。料理なんて誰でもできるしね。
Come to think of it, Pops had said something about this earlier. Something along the lines of Toka getting herself burned while Kyoko-san was cooking. Anyway, I guess I'll head out to the store then.
いいわ。そもそも家には料理道具なんてないし。
Seriously? You don't even have pots and pans?
変かしら。
You don't need to get offended.
トーカが興味を持つといけないから今後料理の話はしないでもらえるかしら。
Now that you mention it, she's been in the bathroom for a while now.
いや、さっきからここにいるし。
She leapt out from behind a couch. What's up with you? You don't speak at home or something?
おしとやかなの。
Huh?
だからお母さんとそのお客さんが喋ってる時は黙ってなきゃいけないの。
そういう風に教育しているの。
Guest? Did she mean me? You can call me Oni-chan from now on.
何言ってるの？
Well, I'll be living in the same house as you, yeah? We'll all be under the same roof.
なんであんたの妹になんなきゃいけないのよ。
トーカ、大声出さないの。
だって森田健一がふざけるんだもん。
あなたがいちいち反応するから森田くんも面白がってちょっかいかけるのよ。いい加減学習しなさい。
そんなこと言われても。
もっと冷静になりなさい。まったくいつまで経っても子供なんだから。
That was pretty damn harsh. Anyway, can I consider myself a member of your family?
ダメに決まってるでしょ。
こら、森田くん、家族はともかくここに住むのは構わないわ。
One started pouting as soon as the words left Kyoko-san's mouth. Thanks, I appreciate it.
ここで寝てもらうことになるけどいいかしら。
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just take this sofa.
そう。
What's wrong? Are you awestruck by my incredible lack of tact?
なんでもないわ。
Yeah, why was she grimacing there? She cleared her throat.
私の部屋には入らないでね。
Sorry, but I doubt you'll find someone spineless enough to do that just because you asked them to.
入ったらぶっ壊すぞ。
She snapped at me again. What the hell? It would seem that she was just as much of a proponent of murder as her daughter was. Could someone who acted like this really manage to teach their daughter how to be modest?
私の部屋にも入ってこないでね。
Why not?
当たり前でしょ。
I'm not a voyeur or anything.
どうだか。
Huh? Did she really truly hate me? I'd figured that our banter would pave the way to a friendship over time. Oh well. The more soon she is now, the more daring she'll be later. Shut up, Kenichi.
またブツブツと。
Ah, anime, man. Anime. Anyway, thanks for letting me stay here. I bowed.
ほら、どうか特別高等人の森田さんに挨拶なさい。
No, it was fine by me if she didn't, really.
よろしく。
And so, One entered into my supervision. I didn't forget to give her that most tedious speech, of course. We had cup ramen for lunch. Is that really lunch? One headed outside after that, so I followed her. She stopped near the wall and took a deep breath.
なんでついてくるの？
Shouldn't I be the one asking where you're going?
そんなの私の勝手じゃないの？
Oh well, you're probably just going to exercise a bit to work off that meal, right?
なんでわかるの？
Oh, just a guess. I examined One's body thoroughly. Man, you're pretty fit. I can see all of your muscles flexing when you walk.
じろじろ見ないでよ。
Are you involved in any club activities?
森田健一なんかに教えてやんない。
She turned away. Come on, there's nothing wrong with a little friendly chat, is there? We're both in the Riverside gang after all. Ah, shit.
そういえば傷もう大丈夫？
Look, I had made her worry about me. Deep down, she was probably a really kind girl. Ah! Man. Come on. Come on, Azai. Just do it, right? Whew. I didn't have a choice. Yes, you did. I made you choose this. It was my job as a special high-class individual to analyze the behavior of criminals and use my findings to manage them. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Telling her that would, in fact, make her worry about it.
ごめんね。
Pop's little performance had been damn effective. It's fine. Anyway, I'd like to learn a bit more about you.
うん。部活はやってないけど、格闘技は習ってた。
Martial arts?
うん。なんだっけ。ほら、カポエラみたいなやつ。
Capoeira? The martial art from that sci-fi series that uses one's legs as a base?
うん、そう、あれ。
Capoeira, huh? Wait a sec, you're yanking my chain, right?
本当だよ。お母さんに習えって言われたんだもん。
I see. Why would Kyoko-san make you do something like that?
わかんない。特別高等人がどうとか言ってた。
Hey, hold on a second. Are you really going to become a special high-class individual?
お母さんが。
I don't think you're cut out for it. I told it to her straight.
うん。私もやる気ないし。
So Kyoko-san was forcing it upon her.
あ、さっさと体操終わらせないと、2時から庭のお手入れしなきゃ。
She started stretching. Does Kyoko-san dictate your entire daily schedule?
朝に命令されるの。
She sounds pretty thorough. Kyoko-san herself probably found doing all the scheduling to be a bit of a pain. Anyway, what exactly is she trying to accomplish with you?
わかんないよ。なんか、社会に役立つような立派な人間になりなさいっていつも言ってるよ。
Well, that sounds normal enough to me. Though I think that telling you to become a special high-class individual is taking it a bit too far. I mean, you have other things you want to be doing. One couldn't bring herself to look me in the eyes. What's wrong?
いや、別にやりたいことなんてないよ。
What? Don't you want to eat sweets every day?
それはそうだけど。
She was hiding something. Or she had been ordered to hide something. What about cooking? Yeah, I get what you mean. Kyoko-san probably forbade you to cook after the Amnesty Festival, right?
もともと台所には近づいちゃいけないんだけどね。
Weren't you just in there making some tea earlier?
お母さんがいいって言った時だけ。
Ah, and therein lay the annoying part of this obligation. Kyoko, the parental figure involved, had the power to override my orders to Toka. Keeping up with her whims was no walk in the park, let me tell you. Nor was the task of supervision itself.
夜に目が覚めてちょっとお水飲みたい時ってあるでしょ。
You'd have to go see Kyoko-san first in that situation?
何かするたびにお母さんに聞かなきゃいけないのよ。
What the fuck? You're never gonna be an independent adult if that keeps up.
わかってるよ。
She looked a little angry.
ああ、森田健一に構ってたら時間がなくなっちゃった。
She cheerfully turned back toward the house. She actually doesn't want to do her routines. That's why she's making us to be an excuse. That's understandable enough.
お母さん、今から庭の掃除するね。
Kyoko-san voiced her acknowledgement from inside the house.
忙しい忙しい。
I had ended up helping her out with the weeding.
やっと終わったよ。
She fanned herself. You'd better be grateful.
え？
To me, of course. You cannot finish this so fast without my help, right?
なんでそんなに偉そうなのよ。
Shut up. I'm your precious Oni-chan, aren't I?
バカじゃないの？
Toka. What's wrong, Toka? Is hearing your own name that embarrassing?
そんなことあるわけないじゃない。
You can call me Kenichi Aniki if you want.
森田健一のバカ。
Why do you always use my full name? Does not compute.
呼び方なんてどうでもいいでしょ。
Well, if we want to be friends, I think it'd be better to be less formal.
森田健一なんかと仲良くなりたくないの。
Fine. In that case, why exactly do you dislike me so much?
だってなんかチャラチャラしてるんだもん。
Really?
いろんな女の子にちょっかい出してそうなんだもん。
Sorry, but that's not my archetype.
すぐふざけるし、ブツブツ言うし、ああもうイライラする。
She had worked herself into a frenzy. Calm down. What's next on your schedule?
あ、そうだった。
She poked her head inside the door.
お母さん、お掃除終わったよ。
Yoko-san comes out of the house to inspect our work.
ご苦労様。
これで今日の予定は終わりだよね。
森田くんに勉強を教えてもらいなさい。
Huh? Me? One looked displeased.
特別高等人について教えてあげてくれる？
Actually, about that, I don't think your daughter is cut out to be a special high-class individual.
どうして？
She doesn't want to do it herself. Lack of personal motivation is a no-go, in my opinion.
トウカがそう言ったのかしら。お母さんをがっかりさせないでよ。
Now, there are plenty of ways to be a service to society without becoming a special high-class individual.
それはそうだけど、やはり特別高等人はこの国で最も名誉ある職業ですから。親としてそれを求めるのはおかしなことかしら。
Yoko-san was a bit off her rocker. Not at all. You're a fine mother. I'd like to praise your initiative on behalf of the country. Hooray for mom! I decided to play along with her and avoid causing trouble for now.
トウカをよろしくお願いするわね。
Of course, ma'am. What the hell? Yoko-san walked away. One and I exchanged glances. Well, let's head inside, I guess.
特別高等人について教えて。
I bet you don't even want to know about them.
でもお母さんの命令だし。
Alright. Special high-class individuals are freaking awesome.
まさかそれだけ？
Yeah, that's all of it. Haven't I taught you well?
そんなんじゃお母さんが納得しないと思う。
Well, okay. I'll teach you one thing. I decided to stretch the facts a tad. Most special high-class individuals are cyborgs.
Huh?
It might sound like a joke, but it's true. You're out of the loop, living out in a country like this, but cyborgs are already widespread in the city.
本当なの？
Her eyes sparkled. For instance, my left shoulder is artificial.
左肩が義手？左腕じゃなくて？
Oh crap! It's connected to the nerves in my chest. A mechanism inside emits a pulse, and a receiver picks it up. Oh my god.
なんだかよくわからないけど、すごいね。
You like this kind of stuff, huh?
特撮ものとか好きだったから。
She probably wasn't allowed to watch anything with special effects, though.
他にはどこか改造されてないの？
Let's see. Yeah, my heart churns out some serious horsepower.
心臓が馬力？
I've got some artificial teeth, too.
は？バカにしてるでしょ！
Of course not. Don't scowl at me like that.
真面目に教えてよ。
Trust me, you're better off not knowing.
お母さんに怒られるよ。
The prospect didn't seem appealing to her. Yeah, okay, fine. Look into my eyes.
何よいきなり。
Shut up. Stare at me for an hour without looking away.
いや、なんか怖いんだけど。
I told you to shut up. I overpowered her with my gaze. If looks could kill, this one certainly would have. She had already started sweating. That was quick. She hadn't even managed to last a minute. Sorry. She was on the verge of tears. Well, I guess this makes it official. You're really not cut out for being a special high-class individual.
今のは
That was part of the special high-class individual training. It's meant to strengthen your willpower. Once you get used to it, the sessions increase to 2 or 3 hours in length. If you look away for even an instant, you have to start over from the beginning.
なんでそんな訓練をするの
So you can learn how to manipulate people. If you want someone to follow your orders, you had better have the ability to follow through on them. You might end up sympathizing with your client and then going easy on them, despite your better judgment. So special high-class individuals need to temper their minds in order to resist that.
すごいね
Ugh. One had adopted a look of reverence toward me. I hated that crap. Well, it may sound great and all, but to tell you the truth, I didn't manage to pass that part of the training myself.
そうなのさっきすごい目つきしてたよ
Doesn't matter. I failed. No matter how many times I attempted it, I just couldn't do it. It was hellish. Just remembering it made my stomach lurch. Sorry. So as you can see, I'm just a small fry. A chicken who would get scared shitless right when it counted.
チキンなの
Yep, a fowl.
鳥なんだ
Our conversation was rapidly becoming bizarre. The awkward atmosphere between us persisted until Kyoko-san returned.
ご飯ができそうだからトーカを呼んできてくれる
Certainly like an interesting interaction so far. It doesn't flow smoothly like when it does with Sachi, right? Because Toka is kind of an awkward girl. One had been told to study in her room until dinner time. Dinner's ready? Seriously? All you did was heat something up in the microwave.
文句言うなら出て行ってもらうわよ
Yeah. I sucked all the way to One's room. Hey One, food's ready. She didn't respond. Hey, let's eat together like a nice happy family. I couldn't hear even the slightest murmur from within. She couldn't be sleeping, could she? I put my hand on the doorknob. Hold on. Yeah, wait a second. This was one of those situations, wasn't it? I'd seen this sort of thing before in sci-fi novels. The girl on the other side of the door was in the middle of changing her clothes. And she was going to scream, "Yeah!" as soon as I entered. Yeah, that had to be it. But for the sake of my own growth, it would be proper, nay, necessary for me to grow accustomed to such scenarios. I made sure to gulp, then opened the door. Shout out, Kenichi. One flew off of the chair she had been sitting on. The headphones she had been wearing fell off in the process.
脅かさないでよ私の部屋に入ってこないでって言ったでしょラジオ聞いてたのに
My world had been turned upside down. I felt like everything I knew was wrong. Huh? Where's the, underwear?
は
Oh well. I spat out the words.
ちょっと森田健一ってそういうやつだっけ
What do you mean?
学園に通ってた時とかサチのそばにいた時と比べてなんか雰囲気違うよ
You think so?
なんかガキっぽい
I've just been called childish. Have you been studying?
もちろん
Don't lie to me so casually. You just said that you were listening to the radio.
ラジオ聞きながら勉強してたの
Really now? I picked up her headphones and put them on. What the hell? You were listening to a comedy show.
たまたまよ
I thought you hated people who joked around.
だからたまたま流れてるだけだってば
Isn't stuff like this prohibited by your mother?
テレビはダメだけどラジオはいいの
Weren't you ordered to study until dinner?
勉強しながらラジオを聞いてるの文句ある
So, she's basically running on the gray line between each order from the mom. Not sure how to feel about that. I actually don't remember much about this this chapter, mind you. Or the chapters after this, mind you. So, this is something new to me too. Well, new as in... because I forgot, right? We had ended up fighting again. Seriously though, she always tried to get off on a technicality. You know, you're walking a fine line here. I'm required to send you to a concentration camp if you disobey Kyoko-san's orders. Disabuse yourself to the notion that petty excuses like that will work on... Disabuse yourself of the notion that petty excuses like that will work on me forever. I'd managed to agitate her. Anyway, go eat dinner. I think that's a fair warning. Itadakimasu. Huh? Did I say something weird?
別に
Both mother and daughter ate in silence. Huh? Come on, don't you guys have anything to say?
食事中は静かにするものでしょ
Hey, that's a pretty strange thing to say. Aren't dinners supposed to facilitate a sense of family togetherness or whatever?
そんな決まりはないわ
Well, yeah, I'd say it's more common sense than a rule or anything.
そううちはうちよそはよそですから
That's pretty cliched, Kyoko-san. One put down her chopsticks.
ごちそうさま
She stood up and started heading back to her room. Hey, wait up. I'm not done eating yet.
遅いんじゃないの
どうか
Kyoko-san put down her chopsticks as well, and addressed Toka.
寝るまでちゃんと勉強してなさいよ
捕まっちゃった
She grumbled to herself. I guess she had been trying to escape.
休み明けに試験があるんですからね次も点数が悪かったら承知しないわ
わかってるよ
Kyoko-san, I don't think One is stupid. She's just a bit clumsy, a bit careless, a bit inattentive, if you will.
バカにしてるんじゃないの
どうかあなたはもっと主体性を持って行動すべきだわ
You say that, but...
私に言われなくても自分から進んで勉強しなさいだからいつまで経っても成績が上がらないのよ
わかってるって
いいえ分かってないわ
Damn, Kyoko-san sounded serious with that
ど
one.
うか何度も言うけれどあなたは国立の大学にしか行けないのよ
わかってるってばお金がないんでしょ
You plan to have her go to a university. I interrupted them.
森田くんだって立派な大学を卒業してるんでしょ
I enrolled via less than scrupulous methods and almost never went to class.
中央の超一流大学でしょ
Well, that's what they called it at least.
私もそこ出身なの
She wasn't trying to impress me. She just told it like it was.
だから10日もその大学を目指さなきゃいけないのよね
It'd be impossible for Toka to attend a university with her current exam scores. Even Kyoko-san should have been able to understand that.
分かったら頑張って勉強なさい
One moodily returned to her room. Can I have a moment?
何か聞きたそうな顔ね
This was already a pain in the ass. Where's Toka's father? It was time to get down to business.
長所にあるんでしょ
Actually, no, it wasn't.
そうそんなことってあるの
Hozuki probably didn't want us to know, so he got rid of it from the records, huh? Smart man. Sly man. I tried making a specific inquiry, but the office must be busy or something, because I haven't heard back from them yet. Well, there's no mistaking that the fact that you're Toka's parental figure at least.
当たり前ね
However, I don't know anything more than that. I don't know the reason for her obligation, and I don't even know if you're her real mother.
親権者なのだから母親だわ
Parental authority can be granted to other parties under certain circumstances. A child can even end up under the supervision of a complete stranger. We're the same as Japan in that regard. Now, don't take it so seriously. I'm just throwing out some possibilities here.
今日の詮索はこれでおしまい
You're a tough nut to crack. Sure, that'll be all for now.
それじゃ私も書斎に戻るわ 寝るなら電気消してね。
So, she doesn't even want to answer, huh? I guess she doesn't want Toka's obligation to be gone, is what I think, because she's not cooperative, right? I guess she actually wants Toka to be still in her reign for whatever reason. I needed to try leading her into it. Kyoko-san, don't overwork yourself.
無理。
Well, the obligation you filed for generally reflects a lack of parental ability on some level.
どういうことかしら。
Well, for example, a family has a rowdy delinquent of a son. They just can't get under control. So the parents request assistance from the country. The obligation wouldn't have been necessary in the first place if the kid's parents hadn't been so ineffectual.
へえ。情けない親ね。
Did you ask for help from the country because you're a single mother and couldn't raise Toka on your own? Or maybe you're just so attached to her that you want to make her into a perfect clone of yourself. Which is it, I wonder? If you withdraw your application for it, I'll make sure that the request for the cancellation of Toka's obligation is brought before the Grand Court as quickly as possible.
今のところ取り下げるつもりはないわ。
See, Kenichi makes a very good point there. That was also I was along the lines of the second one more than the first one, right there. She started trembling slightly.
今さら。ね。
So I guess she also has attachment to the obligation itself. Aha. So Kyoko-san did have some sort of problem after all. You requested that Toka be burdened with her obligation because you wanted her to become a fine, upstanding adult, correct?
そうね。素晴らしい人間にしたいの。
So if Toka becomes a splendid human being, you'll cancel the obligation.
そのつもりよ。
I wasn't sure what exactly this goal of hers entailed. Well, anyway, this obligation is like a parent and child three-legged race. Come at it swinging now, Kyoko-san. Kyoko-san nodded to me and left the living room. I laid down on the floor. Prohibition of becoming an adult is annulled as soon as the parental authority involved withdraws their request for it. In other words, this all hinges on Kyoko-san. I muttered to myself while tossing and turning on the floor. Guess I'll get started with some investigation tomorrow. Good night, One-chan. Morning. My face felt unpleasantly warm, probably as a result of sleeping face down on the floor. My cheeks were pretty swollen too. Early to bed, early to rise. My reverie was interrupted by the sound of a soft melody drifting in from the garden. An exercise CD? Maybe? Sure enough, One was busy exercising. She stretched rhythmically, counting to herself to stay on track. You're surprisingly energetic in the morning.
見ないでよ。
You're surprisingly pissy in the mornings.
あっち行ってよ。恥ずかしいんだから。
Why? What's embarrassing?
だって夏休みに朝からラジオ体操だなんてなんかお子様みたい。
So, in modern translation, instead of exercise CDs, it's called, like, calisthenics, right? Something like that. Now, plenty of adults do that sort of thing too. Why, in my company, we had everyone gather for 15 minutes of calisthenics, there you go, in the morning.
我が社ってどうせまたふざけてるんでしょ。
She snorted derisively at me. Anyway, I know you're only doing this because Kyoko-san tells you to, but working out really is quite good for you.
筋肉ついたら嫌だな。
The CD came to an end while we were talking. Alright, fabulous work. I'll give you a gold star for today. I beckoned her over to me.
やっぱり子供扱いしてるじゃない。
I don't think she's bad of a girl at all. Right? After her workout came a jog. One suddenly came to a halt in the middle of our run. What's up? Had enough?
森田健一がもっとゆっくり走ってくれれば。
Hey, it's not like you have to keep up with me or anything.
それはそうなんだけど、なんか悔しくて。
So, she hated losing. Alright, I'll slow down a bit then.
いや、それも悔しい。
And what the hell do you want me to do? Or maybe she was just selfish.
そもそもどうして私に構ってくるのよ。
Isn't it obvious? Because I'm the special high-class individual in charge of you.
私がお母さんの命令通りにしてるか監視してるの？
Something along those lines.
言っておくけどね。
She crossed her arms and scowled at me.
お母さんからはジョギングしてきなさいって言われてるだけだからね。
Here we go again.
どこをどういうルートでどれくらいの時間かけて走りなさいとか言われてないんだからね。
Yeah, so you're telling me that you want to go home now. She looked rather vexed.
いや、さっき家を出てきたばかりだからさすがに悪いかなって。でもなんか疲れたし。どうしたらいいかな。
Don't ask me. What's next on your schedule after jogging?
ね。
She took out a piece of paper out of her pocket. A note.
朝6時ラジオ体操、朝7時ジョギング、朝8時朝食。
That feels like I'm in a school field trip. Man, she really does plan your entire day, doesn't she?
9時から12時までお部屋でお勉強。
Kyoko-san was more of a secretary than a mother. Does she update that note for you daily?
朝起きたら枕元に置いてある。
Wow. Kyoko-san is pretty thorough, I must say.
ねえ、結局どうしたらいい？もう帰る？それともまだ走る？
We still have 30 minutes. Let's keep going until we hit the school, then turn back.
やっぱり走るんだ。めんどくさいな。
So she lacks a decision-making skill. Like, quite so. Quite a lot for someone that age. It would be prudent to caution her about her indecisiveness if she started taking it too far. Shut up and follow me. Man, I'm impressed. You're not half bad.
でしょ。
I had her pinned as the type that sucked at athletics.
あれ？工事してる。
Yeah, that's what I heard. Normal students aren't being allowed in. I wasn't a normal student, of course.
そうなんだ。どうしよう。
What's wrong? Were you planning on raiding the secret stash of sweets in your desk?
違うよ。
Aren't you prohibited from eating sweets?
だから違うって。
You know, you have a habit of stuttering when you tell a lie. Seriously, she was a total amateur at keeping secrets.
見てるだけだもん。
Wait, what?
だからクッキーの缶をぼーっと見てるだけなの。
Whoa, that's pretty cute. Hmm? Her face had gone beet red.
バカにしたでしょ。
What's this now?
私のことバカにしたんでしょ。
Not at all. The thought of you giggling to yourself in front of a cookie jar just brought a smile to my face is all.
やっぱりバカにしてるんじゃない。
No, seriously, I didn't mean to. I apologize if I offended you. Not even a bow had managed to satisfy her.
かわいい。
She kept muttering the word to herself. It seems that my first evaluation of her had been correct. She had a severe weakness in the love department. Well, same went for me though. Someone with the same weakness, huh? Itadakimasu! Kyoko-san and Toka ate their store-bought onigiri in silence. You guys,
何かしら。
say something, will ya?
今日もいい天気ね。
そうだね。快晴だね。
雲一つないわ。
快晴だからね。
I swear, they were just doing this to irritate me. Enough about the weather.
どうか背伸びた？
別に。お母さんは？
伸びてないわ。
そっか、私も。
What kind of conversation is that?
食事中は静かにするものよ。昨日と同じことを言わせないで。
I gave up and stuffed my mouth in an onigiri.
ごちそうさま。
I mean, I guess this is their tradition, right? This is their house rule, so us as an outsider can't really say much, Kenichi. This is what they want to do. Hey! I tuck it on her sleeve.
何よ、ちゃんとごちそうさまって言ったでしょ。
Yeah, your Gochiso-sama was fine. However, the rules of etiquette also dictate that one must wait for their companions to finish their meals before leaving the table.
ごちそうさま。
Yoko-san had started heading back to her room, too. Hey, hold on a sec. Jeez.
何かしら。
I was expecting some sort of report at the dinner table.
食事に温かいも冷たいもないでしょ。
Are you okay with that, One?
え、私？
I had taken her off guard. Yeah. Are you okay with spending your dinners in silence? One bit her lower lip.
いいとか悪いとかそういう問題じゃないと思う。
You really need to start making sense. Anyway, I've been meaning to ask this. Why don't you guys have any homemade dishes?
私が禁止しているのよ。
Yeah, so I hear. You don't allow Toka to enter the kitchen, right? But why don't you cook something yourself every once in a while, Kyoko-san? I stuck my nose where it didn't belong.
私に料理は向いていないからよ。
Because she had let her daughter get burned.
人間の時間は限られているのだから、才能のないことをしてはいけないのよ。
She really enjoyed making abstract statements out of nowhere, didn't she? Well, I think that's a bit grandiose.
森田健一、もういいじゃない。
Am I saying that right, grandiose? Toka wore a sour expression. Unfortunately for her, though, I was going to ask the questions that I wanted answers to. Surely you've eaten more than boxed lunches these past few years.
昔はたまに作ることもあったわね。でも今は完全に自炊はしていないわ。
Not even on birthdays? New Year's? Holidays?
ええ。変かしら。
Not necessarily. Doesn't that ramp your living expenses up quite a bit? That's true. That's true. Aha! A chink in her armor. Time to turn off the charm. I recall you saying that you guys are pretty short on cash, and that you could only let Toka attend a national university, where the costs are kept pretty low. Isn't that all your fault, Kyoko-san? If you can't even manage to make ends meet, you'll never pass the PAQT. I put as much spite into my words as possible.
それはその通りね。言い逃れできないわ。
She had taken that pretty hard. One offered me a stare of condemnation. Well, I guess you don't have a choice in the matter if you're really unable to cook. I don't really have the right to criticize your decision anyway.
そうだよ。なんか偉そうだよ。
One sympathized with Kyoko-san, even though Kyoko-san was the one responsible for stifling her freedom.
もういいじゃない。ね。
I snuck a glance at her sleeves. A burn, huh? I'll be sure to pay for my own food then. Pursuing the matter further at this time wouldn't be a bright idea. Nothing to do. One had shut herself up in her room studying.
トーカーを見ていなくていいの？
Well, you see, she's rather opposed to that idea. Rather extremely opposed. I guess it just comes with being a teenager.
何それ？
She appears to have convinced herself that I'm a rapist of some sort.
部屋に入れてくれないの？
The game probably said hentai, but I don't know what's wrong with the translation team. Translating it to rapist. It's locked. I wonder what she's so embarrassed about. Hey, you think she likes me after all? What is it? Hey, don't look at me like I'm some sort of sideshow freak.
あなた、自分がおかしな人間だとは思わないの？
That's pretty rude.
ちょうどいいわ。これから面談を始めます。
Huh? Oh yeah. You did say you were doing home visits, didn't you?
あなたで最後だわ。
Guidance counseling?
森田君には必要ないかしら。
I'm aiming to be a special high-class individual. The end.
理由は
Man, you went and asked it.
社会的なステータスを求めて、それとも絶大な権力への憧れ？どうなの？
I had no other options.
答えになってないわ。
So, why did you become a teacher?
話をそらさないでくれる？
I'll talk if you talk.
本当に偉そうね。
I merely wish to know more about you. Let's share our secrets and deepen our friendship.
私の両親も教育関係者だったからよ。
I see. So you went into it out of respect for them. It wasn't an uncommon motivation. What kind of parents were there?
とても厳しかったわ。
My parents had a hands-off kind of policy. They were never around.
私もいわゆる鍵っ子だったわ。
Latchkey? What is that? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So, I'm also the same, don't worry guys. Ah, and that's how you ended up becoming a delinquent.
悪態をつくことが許されない家庭だったから。
So you became a delinquent in order to rebel against them.
森田くん、どうして私をグレさせたいの？
Well, it just feels like you had a pretty heavy past.
あなたにも感じるわよ。
Anyway, you were a delinquent, right? I bet you drove around in your riced-out American car every night.
バカなことをたくさんしたわ。
She looked past me. Yeah, same here.
子供を降ろしたりね。
Huh? For real?
本当よ。
Shocking truth had been revealed. Well, yeah, that's...
そんなおどおどしないの。よくある話でしょ。
It actually is. Well, yeah, but you don't need to act so lighthearted about it. It might have stirred up some bad memories. Yoko-san cut me off with a dry laugh.
あなた、実は優しいんでしょう。
Hmm?
私は平気よ。そういった過去を忘れることにしているから。
Moved on.
どうしたの？顔が曇ったわよ。
I didn't think it would be possible to move on from my own mistakes. Does Toka know about this?
知っているわよ。昔、兄弟がいないのかってトーカに泣きつかれた時に話したの。
What was her reaction?
今のあなたと同じよ。気まずそうにしていたわ。
Well, I can't really blame her. It's pretty hard to know how to react after hearing something like that, you know? In any case, I had been made privy to one of Kyoko-san's secrets. The fact that she had aborted a child in the past might have had something to do with the overbearing manner in which she was raising Toka now. Or maybe I was just jumping the gun.
それで、あなたはどうして特別高等人になりたいのかしら？
That's a secret.
森田くん、私と仲良くしたいんじゃないの？
Okay. There's this woman, you see. She's very important to me. And even though she was always there for me.
え？
When it came down to it, I'll stop there. Anyway, I'm doing it for her sake. That was close. I'd almost given it away.
そう。なんだか辛そうだから許してあげる。
Thanks.
嘘くさい話だけど信じるわ。
Well, that would be because I just made it up.
ぶっ壊すわよ。
I think that's a good enough point to end the episode. I kind of wish I went more, or I went like further. But I felt like the past recollection in chapter 3 was a bit long. I think it was around like 40 minutes. I could have sworn it was a lot shorter, but maybe because I wasn't reading the story out loud before. I do remember the stories with the sister. They're quite interesting, you could say. But yeah, I don't remember much about the details that goes on in each of the chapters. So this will be nice. This will be a nice recollection. I know what's going to happen in like the climax, But I don't know what's gonna happen, like, before we reach the climax. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. This is very fun. I will definitely do some more. I don't know. Should I do some more after taking a break? We'll see. Or maybe I'm just gonna go to bed. Go to bed early. I'll see you guys next time.